Hi friends, welcome back to CADable. This is Engineer Ibrahim Omer, and in this tutorial we will learn a basic introduction to SolidWorks CAM. We will create a program and in the end we will generate G codes as well. So we will go through these 10 steps. The first step is to create the 3D model, and then we will define the machine. Then we will set up the coordinate system. Then we will define the stock size. Then we will set up the machining process. The sixth step is the extract machinable features. Then we will generate the operation plan, generating toolpath, simulating toolpath, and then we will create the cutter location file or CL file, and finally we will create the G codes. So let's go to SolidWorks and let's learn this. Here you can see I'm using SolidWorks 2020, but if you are using a below version of SolidWorks or a future version of SolidWorks, you can still follow this tutorial. So let's go to here, new, select part and select OK. So first of all, I will change my background to plain white and I will set my units to mmgs, which is millimeters gram second. So first of all, we will create the 3D model. So let's go to here, top plane, sketch, and here we will create a center rectangle. Let's dimension this. Let's say this dimension is 300 and this vertical dimension is 200 millimeters. Now you can see sketch is fully defined. I will exit this sketch. I will go to features, extruded boss, and I will extrude it 50 millimeters in the upward direction. And I will select OK. Now we will create a cutout. So I will select this top face, a sketch, and here I will create another center rectangle like this. And let's dimension it. Let's say this lengthwise dimension is 200 and this vertical dimension is 125. You can see sketch is fully defined, and I will go to here features, this time extruded cut, and now I will cut this material 35 millimeters and I will select OK. Now let's apply some fillet on these 4 edges. So let's go to here, fillet, and I will select this edge, I will select this edge, and I will select these 2 edges as well. And here I will change the radius to 25 and I will select OK. Here you can apply radius on the bottom face as well, but I will keep it simple. Now we will apply 4 holes. So for this we have a command called hole wizard. First I will fix the position. I will select this one, 3D sketch, and here I will apply 4 holes like this, and then we will dimension it. Press escape. So first I will connect these using center lines like this. So this line, this center line will be collinear with this x-axis. Similarly, this line will be collinear with this z-axis. This one also collinear with z-axis. And this line, this center line, would be collinear or parallel to this x-axis. Now these are aligned. We have to apply the dimension only. So this dimension is 25. All dimensions are 25. This dimension is also 25 millimeters. And last one is also 25. Now you can see sketch is turned into black. I will select OK and I will go to here type. So this would be a hole, and NC metric double hole, and size is 20. And here I will select this one through all, and I will select OK. Now you can see we have a pocket here, and then we have 4 drilled holes. So our 3D model is completed, and now we have to use the SolidWorks CAM feature. So here you can see SolidWorks CAM is not available. Right click, go to here tabs, and here you can see SolidWorks CAM is not enabled. So for this, just go to this icon, options, and then add-ins. And here I will search for SolidWorks CAM. Here you can see SolidWorks CAM. Just check this box and select OK. And now SolidWorks CAM will be added. So here you can see SolidWorks CAM tab is added, and here in the design tree as well you can see this icon. This is the SolidWorks CAM feature tree. This is the SolidWorks CAM operation tree, and this would be the SolidWorks CAM tools. I will drag this to here, and then I will go to this tab SolidWorks CAM. So here we will go through from left side to right side. Here you can see all these steps: defining machine, coordinate system, stock manager, setup, extract machinable features, then generating operation plan, generating toolpath, simulating toolpath, and then we will save the CL file, then the post processing and the G code. So these all are the steps which we have to follow when we will be creating the G codes. So I will start with this one, define machine. And here you can see we have different machines: mill metric, mill 4 axis, mill 5 axis. So I will select this default machine, mill metric, and then I will select this one, medium duty. I will go to here tool type. Here you can see different tools: ball nose, center drill, flat end, and here you can see some more tools. You can add tool, you can edit tool, and you can remove tool as well. You can see different post processors. So for the sake of simplicity, I will keep the default settings. So next is the coordinate system, and basically this defines the origin for all machining operations. And here the most important thing is Z-axis would be in the upward direction. So I will select this option, stock bounding box, and this would be the origin, let's say this point. And here you can see it is not in the correct direction. So x-axis is in correct direction, this one, y-axis in this direction, and z-axis would be in this direction. I will select this edge and then I will flip it. Now that's correct. X-axis in this direction. This is the positive axis. So positive x-axis in this direction, positive y-axis would be in this direction, and positive z-axis would be in this direction. Okay, this would be negative z-axis, and I will select OK. So after defining the coordinate system, I will define the stock manager or the raw material. Basically, it is the raw material from which this part will be manufactured. So here you can see different types of stock, and here you can see the material. So let's take the default material, aluminum alloy 6061. And here you can increase or decrease this bounding box like this. I will change it to 0. So this would be the minimum size to create this part. Here you can see the stock size 300 by 200 by 50. And I will select OK. Next is the setup, mill setup. So basically it defines how your part will be oriented in the vise during machining. So it is not correct. So I will change this front plane with this top face. Now you can see the cutter position and you can see this reference face. I will select OK. Next is I will select this option, extract machinable features, and it will automatically pick up the features like this cutout, these holes. So here you can see this rectangular pocket, this one, and then we have this hole group. It should be 4 like this: hole 1, hole 2, hole 3 and hole 4. So I will select this option, generate operation plan, and here you can see the cutting plan of your part. First is the roughing mill. So the roughing mill is the bulk removal material process, this one, and the contour mill is the final shape. Then we have the center drill for these 4 holes, and finally the drilling. Now we will generate the toolpath. So here you can see toolpath is generated. Now we can simulate this toolpath. So green is the material which will be preserved after machining, and blue is the area basically which we have to cut during machining. So let's simulate this. Here you can see the first operation is the roughing mill. I will increase this speed. And after this we have the contour mill, which is the final shaping process. So this is the contour mill. So let's say I want to separately see the center drill process. Right click and select this option, simulate toolpath. And here I will decrease this speed to 1 and then I will run this simulation. Similarly, I can see this drilling process. Right click and then simulate toolpath. Here you can see the drilling process. Now we can save the CL file or the cutter location file. Here you can see the step through toolpath as well, like this. Okay, let's save the CL file or the cutter location file. Let's change its name to CAM1 maybe. Select save. So here you can see the CL file. Basically this file contains motion data or the XYZ positions, but it is not a machine specific, and this CL file cannot be directly run on a CNC machine. Now we will use post processor to create G codes. So I will select this option, post process, and here I will change this to CAM1 as well. Let's change the file type to, let's say, NC code, and I will select save. Let's see the G codes. So here you can see all the G codes. I will go to options. I will select this option, center line, and also open G code file in SolidWorks CAM NC editor. These are the parameters. I will select OK. And now you can see your G codes in SolidWorks CAM NC editor. So this is your final G code of this CAM program, and you can directly send this G code file into your CNC machine. So G codes are machine specific, and it includes command like G00 as you can see, G01, feed rates, tool numbers, coolant control, etc. Here is an important message as some students were approaching me. If you do like some personal guidance, I offer one-to-one session for engineers, students on AutoCAD, SolidWorks, ANSYS, different engineering topics, assignments, and even in final year project. You can reach me through my email, and I will be providing my email in the description link. So that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you like this short tutorial. Still, if you have any question, any query regarding this tutorial or any other tutorial in my list, you can ask me in comment section. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our channel for more informative and interesting projects. I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.